Hi, everybody. However this video finds you, I hope you're doing great. For our practice today, we have 30 minutes and we're going to use a pillow. So go ahead and grab any kind of pillow. It can be small, it can be big. Anything works great. And feel free to pause this video while you grab your pillow. I'm going to go ahead and get started. So coming onto your mat or your workspace, you can set your pillow over to the side for a moment. We're going to use it a little bit later in our practice. And we're going to start with some lunge stuff. So step your left foot forward, your right foot back. You're going to glue your back heel down to the floor. Take your hands down by your sides, straighten your front leg, and we're going to hinge forward over the front leg. So thinking nice flat back, gaze can be down at the front foot, and we're continuing to pull the left hip back. So we're feeling that big stretch in the hamstring. And go ahead and take a breath in, come back upright, reach your arms up. As you exhale, pull the arms down, hinge forward, drawing left hip in. Let's go ahead and take about 3 more of those. Breath in, we come up. Exhale, we come down. Inhale, we come up. Exhale, each time seeing if you can drop your belly button a little bit lower to the ground. So maybe even coming into a little bit of a back bend here. And on this next one, we come down and hold. Take a breath in, start to reach your arms forward, nice long line from fingertips to tailbone. Rotate the palms down. As you exhale, draw your elbows down your back. We're going to do that one more time. Breath in to reach the arms out. Exhale to pull the elbows down, and then go ahead and release the hands down to the front leg. Walk, walk, walk yourself into the stretch. And let's start to work into this. So coming back up, rotate onto the toes of the back foot. Scoot your left foot to the left a little bit so you have some space. I'm going to scoot this pillow out of the way. And then start to take hands to hips or wings. Bend into your back knee. Tap it to or towards the floor. And then straighten both legs up to stand. Same thing again. Back knee to or towards floor. And we rise. Good. We're going to do 6 more of these. Notice that your front knee stays stacked over your ankle, really starting to squeeze the right glute. And if it feels a little bit wobbly, imagine you're pulling your mat or your carpet, your floor in opposite directions with your feet. We're halfway there. 4 more. Good. We have 2. I realize I'm doing more reps of this than I originally counted. We're doing 10. And last one. Good. As you start to rebend into the front knee, back leg stays straight and strong. Arms come down by the sides. We hinge forward over the front thigh. Release your arms down. We draw the belly in. Pull the arms back. And rise up, reach up. So we're going to work into this a bit. Nice big bend in the front leg. We hinge forward, belly strong. We release the hands to the floor. We draw the belly in, arms come back. And we rise on up to stand. 4 more. We hinge and tap, reach, and rise. That front leg's burning. We hinge and tap, reach, and rise. Last 2. We hinge and tap, reach, and rise. 1 more. Hinge and tap, hold here. Start to shift your weight into your front foot, lifting your back foot off the floor. Point your toe. Little baby pulses up and up of the back leg. If it feels wobbly here, you can always take a pillow or something under your hands. For 6, 5, doesn't matter how high the leg goes, just give me pulses. 3, 2, and 1. Release the back foot to meet the front foot. Take your forward fold, grab opposite elbow, rock side to side. We'll do the other side, and then we'll take this show down to the floor. Shake your head, yes, you're here. We're doing it. Release your elbows, soft bend in the knees. We roll it up to stand. And let's do that same whole series on the other side. Left foot comes back, right foot comes forward. Back heel is down to start. Legs are nice and straight. We hinge forward, Finding flat back, pulling right hip bone back. And then we rise up, reach up to stand. Yeah. Hinge forward, leading with your belly button. And rise up, reach up. If you have really tight hamstrings, you can take a soft bend in your front knee. Last two. On this next one, we come down and hold. Yes, pull your right hip bone back even more. Breath in to reach the fingertips forward, palms rotate down. Exhale, bend elbows, pulling them together behind the back. One more time. Breath in to reach the arms forward. Exhale to pull them down behind the back. Go ahead and release your hands to your leg. Walk, walk, walk down as deep as you can into the stretch. You can use your front leg as a kickstand. And then as you start to take a soft bend in the knee, roll on up to stand. Find toes of the back foot, heel is lifting, adjust where you need to adjust. Right foot can come over to the right a little bit more. And I said 8 on the first side, but we end up doing 10. So we're doing 10 of these. Start to drop the back knee to or towards floor and straighten both legs. And tap and lift. We have 8 more. And this is where we want to find that traction, pulling the feet in opposite directions. If wings is better for you with the arms here, it feels more stable, you can take that. We're halfway there. 5 more. And 4. If your back knee taps the floor, that's great. If it's not quite ready to get there today, that's all right. Go towards. Last 2. And 1. Keeping the bend in the front knee, start to straighten the back leg. Pull the arms down by the sides. We hinge and tap, reach and rise. We hinge and tap, reach and rise. 4 more. Hinge and tap, reach and rise. Nice big bend in the front leg. Hinge and tap, reach and rise. Last 2. Hinge and tap, reach and rise. On this one, we hinge and hold it. Ooh, a little wobbly. Take the hands to the floor. Pop your weight into your front foot. Little pulses of the back leg, toes are pointed up and up. High as you can go. Use those glutes. 8, 7, 6. You can bend the standing leg if you need to. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release your back leg. Come into your forward fold. Pedal your legs out. A lot of leg burn going on there. Some good amount of balance going on there. And then soft bend in your knees, come all the way up to stand. Let's make our way to the back of our mat or our workspace. Bend your knees again. Root the palms into the floor, and we'll walk out into plank position. Here we are in plank. Once you find that plank position, you can actually release your knees. Take your pillow to your low back. If it feels too funky to have it there, you can always do this without a pillow. I think it's a nice little extra challenge. Take your wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. Spread your fingers wide, that's our base. We start to pull our left heel in. Abs are nice and strong. We press the left knee up. We take it out to the left. We pull knee to elbow, knee to nose, and kick it back. We open to the left. Knee to elbow, knee to nose, kick it back. 3 more. Open to the left. Knee to elbow, knee to nose, kick it back. 2 more. Notice if your right arm is starting to bend. Try and keep it straight and strong. And obviously we want to keep that pillow on our back. We open up to the left. Knee to elbow, knee to nose, kick it back. Good. Go ahead and release the left knee down. Remove the pillow. You can set it over to one side. And start to extend your left leg back behind you again. Toes are pointed, arms are nice and strong. Now let's use the sides of our abs. You're gonna bring your leg as far out to the left as you can, up, 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 as high as you can. Tap the floor. Bring your leg back behind you and lift. Now this is where our back is gonna wanna dump. Abs are strong. We take the leg over to the right and abs and lift up through center. We're going out to the left as far as you can. Tap and up through center. Over to the right, tap and up through center. Yes. Over to the left and lift. And right and up. Two more. Left and lift. This one gets you. And right and up. Last one. Left and lift. And right and hold. Reach your right arm forward, holding here with right arm forward and left leg back, finding some stability in the stillness for 4. Limbs a little higher, a little straighter, 3. Breathing, 2, and rest. Release your knee in your hand. Child's pose, take your knees wide, press your bottom back to your heels while you take your child's pose. I'm going to angle this camera down so we can see a little better. Aha. Now we're in business. So taking your child's pose, imagine you're pressing the floor away from you with your palms to drive your tailbone back. Your forehead is resting to or towards the floor. I'm looking at the screen just so I can see my imaginary friend taking this class right now. Give your hips a little sway side to side. And then start to come up to sit for a moment. Roll your wrists out. And then we'll start to make our way back into tabletop position. This right side is going to be the last thing we're going to do on hands and knees. So if you're feeling a bit of tenderness in your hands or your wrists, you can try coming onto your fists. If you have weights, you can hold your weights and use those for support too. So starting by taking the pillow back onto the back. Hello, friend. All right. Wrists under shoulders. Right heel comes into bottom. We lift the right knee up and out. Elbow and nose. We lift back to the right, to the elbow, to the nose, and back to the right, to the elbow, to the nose. 2 more. Kick back to the right, elbow, and nose. Last one. Kick back and right and elbow and nose. And then start to release the right knee down. Go ahead and remove the pillow. Extend your right leg back behind you. Toes are pointed. Leg is straight and strong. And this is where it gets a little spicy. Pull your right leg out to the right. See if you can get it in line with your hip or higher. Tap. Abs in strong as you lift your leg back up through center. So we're not dumping into the back, belly's in. Tap over to the left, abs in, back up through center. We go as far as we can to the right. And back up through center. We go over to the left, abs in, back up through center. We have 4 more. And you can take your gaze between your hands as you're doing this. Back of the neck stays long. I like to spread my fingers a little bit wider to take some of the pressure off the wrists. And think about finding that kind of crinkling in the side waist, like your shirt is bunching as you draw the leg out to the right and center and over to the left and center. Go ahead and release your right knee down. Take a breath. And then extend it back behind you 1 more time. Extend the left arm forward and find the strength and the stability. Yes, we have 7, 6, abs in, limbs a little straighter if you can. 4, 3, 2, and full rest. Release your knees and your hands. Drop your hips over to one side and come down into your forward fold. Soft bend in the knees, letting belly rest to or towards thighs. Yeah. And as you start to roll up into your seated position, we're gonna take our pillow between our knees. If it feels a little awkward, you can get rid of it. And this kind of is a substitute for a ball, except a ball would roll off our backs before. So we're going pillow today. Extend your arms forward, heels rooted into the floor, slightly towards the bottom edge of your mat. And we're gonna roll down slowly together for a count of 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We come back up together, same count, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. If you have low back sensitivities, you're going to hinge back instead. If you do not have low back sensitivities, we're going to do that one more time. We're coming all the way down. 8, 7, heels stay rooted. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Back up we go. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, let's make our way down on to our forearms. So we plant the hands behind us, and then we kind of drop the forearms underneath our shoulders. I like to say, imagine you were like sitting up in bed to see something, propping yourself up. Start to bring the legs into tabletop position, keeping both elbows rooted into the floor. Start to drop both knees over to the left without letting them touch the ground, and then pull them back through center. Both knees come over to the right. Notice that left elbow stays down. And come back through center. 4 more side to side. If this doesn't feel good on your forearms, you can do it on your back. It is totally okay for your glute to come off the floor. So I'm going to the right, my left glute comes up, as long as the elbows stay down. Fabulous. Last 2. Over to one side. Back up through center. Keep squeezing that pillow. Over to the other side. And back up through center. Good. Flex your feet. Legs come into tabletop. And then start to press your heels away from your body. We go count of 4. Out. 2, 3, 4. In. 2, 3, 4. Out. 2, 3, 4. In. 2, 3, 4. 4 more. Especially as you're pulling your knees back in towards your body, think drawing your belly button in as you pull your knees in. So this is abs, not so much spine. If it starts to hurt your hip flexors, don't straighten your legs as much. Smaller range of motion. The last 2. In. 2, 3, 4. We go out. 2, 3, hold. I'd like to see a soft bend in your knees here. The straighter your legs are, the more challenging it's going to be. Squeeze that pillow. Now start to hover the heels off the floor. Breath in. Exhale, pull your knees back in, abs in. I know my pillow is giving me a little bomb. Inhale to hover. Exhale, knees in, abs in. 4 more. The closer towards your bottom you drop your heels, the easier this is going to be. So if you need to adjust, I totally understand. You can also not drop your heels as low if it's starting to feel like a bit much. 2 more. Inhale to hover. Exhale, knees in, abs in. 1 more. Inhale to hover. Exhale, knees in, abs in. Wonderful. Release your feet to the floor. Come onto your back. Get rid of that pillow for a moment. You can set it over to one side. Step your feet mats width apart and dramatically windshield wiper the knees side to side. All right. As you start to bring the legs back through center, find tabletop position. Reach your arms up towards the ceiling, take a breath in. As you exhale, pull the arms down by the side. Sorry, extend the right leg to straight. Inhale, rebend the knee, rest the head. Exhale to curl up, left arm goes to straight. Fabulous, 2 more. Inhale, we come down. Exhale, we curl. Inhale, come down. Exhale, curl and hold. Start to pump your arms, hundreds. Breathing in, 2, 3, 4, 5, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, in, 2, 3, 4, 5, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, in, 2, 3, 4, 5, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, in, 2, 3, 4, 5, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, in, 2, 3, 4, 5, out, 2, 3, switch legs, 2, 3, 4, 5, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, in, 2, 3, 4, 5, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, in, 2, 3, 4, 5, out, 2, 3, last 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, in, 2, 3, 4, 5, out, 2, 3, and rest. Head down, knees in, rock side to side. And then find your pillow. Take your pillow to your right thigh. Take your hand to your right thigh. So my elbow's off the floor, it's bent, and I'm pressing hand and leg into pillow. Left arm extends up. Make sure your spine is imprinted into the floor. So find that tension of your back, toes are pointed. Press your arm and your leg into the pillow even more. Yes, now our obliques are working. Start to extend your left arm and left leg out for 4. We go out, 2, 3, 4, in, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, in, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, in, 2, 3, keep going. We have 5 more. See where you can find more tension in the right side. See if you can extend your left leg a little bit straighter. And the higher your foot is off the floor, the less challenging it's going to be. So if it's starting to get into your back, just lift your leg a little bit higher. Last 2, out, 2, 3, 4, in, 2, 3. On this next one, we extend out and hold. Make sure your spine is down. Flex your foot, little baby circles. Only the left leg is moving. Last thing here, 8, 7, 6. Knit those ribs together. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Rebend. Take that pillow and take it underneath the space between your low back and your bottom for a nice mild back bend. You can take the legs to straight for a moment if that feels good. And if you're choosing to do this option, reach your arms back behind you. Make an X shape with your body. So I'm making fists with my hands. I'm reaching my fists and my heels in opposite directions, taking a big old stretch, like you're just waking up in the morning. You might even find a yawn here. Sometimes they tend to creep up. Good. Go ahead and pull your arms down by your sides. Root the feet into the floor. Press up into bridge. Remove that pillow. Stay up in bridge. And then keeping your bottom off the floor, we're going to come down, hover, squeeze those glutes, lift. Come down, hover, squeeze glutes, lift. 6 more. It's not about how high can I lift my hips. It's about how much can I squeeze my glutes. Maybe you want to walk your heels a little bit closer if this is feeling particularly challenging, as in closer towards your bottom. For 2. On this next one, squeeze and hold. Find max tension in the backs of your legs, your glutes. And now release 10% of that tension. Down an inch, full squeeze, up an inch. Release 10%, down an inch, full squeeze, up an inch. We have 4. Squeeze. 3. Squeeze. 2. Squeeze. And 1. Squeeze and hold. Reach your arms back. See if you can squeeze your glutes a little bit more, pressing the hips up. Big breath in. As you exhale, pull your arms down by your side, lower your bottom all the way down, slow and controlled. And then draw the knees in, side to side rock. And we've got the other side of our oblique work. Legs into tabletop. Take pillow to left thigh and left hand. Press, find tension. Elbows off the floor ideally. Reach your right arm up. Right arm, right leg come to straight. We go out. 2, 3, 4. In, 2, 3, 4. As you're doing this, if your low back is coming off the floor, I need you to think about lifting your leg higher so it's less work for the back and the abs have a chance of kicking into health. Good. Can you find more tension in the left side? Halfway there. Out. 2, 3, 4. In, 2, 3. 3 more. Out. 2, 3, 4. In, 2, 3, 4. Out. 2, 3, 4. In, 2, 3. Last one. We extend out and hold. Straighter limbs. Lift them up an inch. Little baby circles, just the right leg. Don't let your body wobble. 6, 5, 4. Smaller if you can. 3, 2, and 1. Bend the knees, remove the pillow. Guide both knees over to the one side, spinal twist. Let your back arm open up like a wing. Let your head relax. As you take a breath in, pull both knees back through center. And as you exhale, guide them over to the other side. Switch. Let both shoulders relax. Imagine you're breathing into the sides of the neck. And then as you bring the knees back through center, let's make our way over onto our bellies and our forearms. I'm going to flip around. Bellies and forearms. Yeah, coming on up here. Imagine you're pulling your elbows towards your body. So you're getting an extra stretch of the spine if that feels okay in your back. Maybe you can press into the floor, lifting your chest a little bit higher. Nice back bend to counteract some of the work we did. And then start to roll over onto one side. Knees are bent. Notice that my fingers are pointing away from me. My elbow is underneath my shoulder, and my top hand is behind my head. Now, this is a 2-part move. If it's too much on your wrist or shoulder, you can skip the first part. Imagine you're pressing the floor away from you. Come off the elbow. Come on the elbow. Feet flexed. Lift and lower. Press off the elbow. On the elbow. Notice the side of my waist stays long. Lift and lower. So I'm not dumping as I lift. I'm staying elongated. 4 more. Off the elbow. On the elbow. Lift out of the side waist. Up and down. And up and lower. Lift and down. Fantastic. Last 2. Up and lower. Lift and down. Of course, we're going to work into this last one. Up and lower, lift and hold. Can you lift out of your side waist even more? Can you angle your knee to face forward, little baby circles? There is no movement in the abs whatsoever. It's just this top leg. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and hold. Now let's add some spice. As you extend the leg to straight, press off the elbow. As you rebend, come down. Extend to straight. Then come down. Yes! Last 4. And 3. Can you rotate your big toe forward and maybe even down? 2. Last thing, last one, press up and hold. Angle your big toe down, little baby pulses outer edge of the heel. 8, 7, 6, almost there. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Rebend your knee. Come back down onto your form. And make your way over onto your back, whichever leg you were just working, take a figure 4 stretch. We're gonna weave our stretching into our practice for this one. So we've got the other side, and then I'll set you free. Maybe flexing both feet. If you're not able to keep your head on the ground as you're doing this, release your bottom foot onto the floor and just take it a little bit more supported. And as you untangle the figure 4, let's make our way over onto the other side. All right. Elbow is underneath shoulder. Fingers are pointing away from us. Top hand behind the head. We press up and down, feet flexed, lift and lower. Press up and down, lift and lower. As I'm pressing up, I'm imagining that I'm pressing the floor away from me, using traction to help us out here. 3 more. Keep that space. What am I doing here? Lift and lower, up and down. So not dumping into the side waist. Up and lower, lift and down. Last one, we're working into it. Up and lower, lift and hold. Notice my knee is pointing straight forward. Lift out of the side waist, circle it. 8, 7, 6, 5. This should be really hard if you're not crunching in the waist at all. 3, 2, and hold. We press up to extend, rebend, pull it in. Press up to extend, rebend, pull it in. Last 4. Can you keep your big toe pointing forward the whole time? And 3, if pressing off the elbow is too much, just stay on the elbow. 2, on this next one, we press up and extend, rotate big toe down, little pulses, last thing. 8, 7, 6, almost there. 5, 4, 3, 2, and rest. Rebend the knee, come on down, and then make your way onto your back. Figure 4 stretch on this side. Bottom foot can be on the floor, and you can press your knee away, or you can thread the needle. If it feels good, you can rock side to side. Let the backs of your shoulders and the back of your head fall to the floor. And as you start to untangle that figure 4, draw the knees into the chest. You can either roll over onto one side and prop yourself up to sit, or you can rock and roll a few times up and down along the spine, coming all the way up. And then coming into a seated position, whichever one feels good, shrug the shoulders up, hug them back. One more time, shrug them up, hug them back, and then reach your arms up. Give yourself a round of applause. Awesome job. Wherever you are and whenever you're seeing this, I hope you have a great rest of your day. Bye.